Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on board Margaritaville at Sea Islander for our 5-night cruise to Mexico. Today we're docking in Key West, Florida for our first ever visit, where we're getting off the ship to explore and visit the Southernmost Point. Then we head back on board to enjoy a day at sea as we head to Cozumel, where we give you a tour of the lower decks of the Islander and experience a wild cowboy-themed night on board. We have all of that in today's video and so much more up next. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to day 2 of our cruise on board Margaritaville at sea. Today we are going to be docking in Key West. We are actively not there yet. It is going on 10 a.m. exactly in the morning and we're not supposed to be docking there until about 1 or 1:30, so not the longest bit of time that we have to explore Key West, but we are still excited to get off and explore it for the very first time. I've lived in Florida my entire life and I've never been to Key West before, so this is going to be a fun day. First things first though, we're going to head on upstairs directly above us and go to the buffet and grab some breakfast. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, breakfast has been served. There's actually quite a few options on the buffet line. I was very surprised. I opted for some eggs, ham, we have some potatoes, we have turkey sausage, we have kielbasa, some pancakes, and a waffle. And there's plenty more options available as well. And I'll show you guys more as the cruise progresses. But still, I'm very surprised. Okay, so breakfast at the buffet. Wasn't the best thing in the world. I've definitely had worse. I mean, it looked nice enough for me to want to go there and actually eat something. I can't say the same for the carnival ship that I was on a couple weeks ago, so there's that. I will say the waffles are definitely better than the pancakes, but that's just the truth in general. Everything else was just okay. It's not, you know, top quality food, and you're not going to have the same number of options that you would find on some place like Royal Caribbean or Disney, but it was still nice, serviceable, tasted fine. Milk was a little questionable, but other than that, it was okay. Oh yeah, and it does have pog juice. I completely forgot. It does have pog juice, so that's a huge plus.
Huge plus.
We have a mouse problem. A serious mouse problem aboard Margaritaville at Sea Islander.
Yeah. It would be so funny if his pupils were looking the same way.
I know, what the heck? We have a serious mouse problem. I have never had a mouse before. That is so cute. Also, we were gone for maybe an hour, and the room has been made, which is very interesting. All of those pillows aren't mine, I promise. But still, that is just so cute. So, regarding the bed situation here on Margaritaville at sea, I was okay-ish. The bed is pretty firm, which I enjoy and I have no problem with. It's the pillows that are the problem. The pillows are feather pillows, and while I don't have an allergy to feathers, it's Coda that does. Like, feather pillows are the worst because I have a really big and heavy noggin. And so when I lay my head down, my head sinks no matter how many pillows there are. And it just makes it more difficult to sleep with feather pillows. I always prefer foam pillows. And you can see those are the foam pillows. These are the feather pillows. And they're significantly thinner than, you know, the other ones that they provide. So we'll see if we can figure things out by the end of the cruise. But as of right now, the sleep situation was just okay. Also, in regards to the lighting in the room once all the lights are off, you know, you're in an inside stateroom, you expect things to be pitch black. This little button right here stays on. So when you turn it off, that stays on. So in the middle of the night, this is illuminating the whole room. So we had to improvise and put that there just to kind of cover it up so that way it's not making things super bright. So now the little mousey can just chill over here on the surfboard and what did you say?
I put him down and went, hang 10, little dude.
Hang 10, little dude. So to my knowledge, I think this is the first time we've ever had like a half sea day where we arrive someplace like really late. It's 1 that we're getting in, but still, it's really nice. You know, we can spend the morning relaxing and then in the afternoon is when we can go. We are out on the promenade deck right now on deck 3. And Coda was wanting to hang out outside and, you know, do some crocheting, you know, her old lady activities. And, you know, what'd you say?
We are on Margaritaville after all.
And we were looking for some chairs out here, you know, because on other cruise ships there are chairs out on the promenade deck for people to lounge out. Unfortunately, there are none, so we're going to go to another location that we found yesterday that I'll show you guys in a little bit, and we'll chill out in there while we, you know, just relax and talk. Right now, it seems like Margaritaville is like a very chilled out cruise line where there's not too many big activities going on. Like, there are things going on, but it's nothing like active, you know what I mean? It's, I don't really know how to explain it.
Tonight, though.
Crazy Quests tonight?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you might have something fun to do tonight.
Well, I hope that family participates.
Oh, yes. Oh. So yeah, I have a feeling that this is just going to be a very calm and chill cruise, which I don't hate. So yesterday when we were out and about exploring the ship, we saw that the promenade deck doesn't go all the way around, which is unfortunate, but they do have a remedy for that. Oh, I thought you were, I thought you were right behind me. Leaving her behind. Anyways, so the promenade deck doesn't wrap around all the way, which is unfortunate, but they do have an alternative. So the promenade deck, unfortunately, does not wrap around the entire ship, which is unfortunate, but they do have a remedy for that. So right over here at the very front of the ship, you have the Stars on the Water Theater. They have something called the A1A, or the Inside Promenade. We explored this yesterday, but we never showed you guys. But I want you to take a look at this. So you can see Florida Scenic Highway, North-South A1A, Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway.
Which was given to him before he passed away.
Ah, okay, I did not know that. But take a look at this. This is insane. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. And take a look at that. They have a picture over here of Governor Bob Graham presenting a Highway A1A sign to musician Jimmy Buffett. That's really cool. Is that Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah.
Okay. I know nothing.
He had hair at one point.
I know, that's what threw me off. It's the hair. But yeah, I really like this alternative. It's a, you know, a place where you can still get a view of the ocean through these little crusty portholes, but it's still a place where you can chill out in the AC and get a view of the ocean, which is awesome. So I don't know how well you guys are able to hear what's going on, but we are right next to the theater. Like on the opposite side of this wall is the theater. They're doing rehearsals right now for what I assume is one of the shows that are going to be performed later on in the cruise, because I know that there's a country night on Margaritaville at sea, and the show in the theater is called Conky Tonk, I think, that night. And, you know, just country music. And so, interesting story. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Coda and I, we are in an interracial relationship. So I poke fun at her for being Caucasian, and she pokes fun at me at being Hispanic. You know, that's kind of dynamic. That's the kind of dynamic. Our relationship dynamic is we poke fun at each other for different things, for our races and stuff. And there's a playlist on Spotify called Songs That Get White People Turned. And Coda just exemplified that. Because what song started playing?
I've got friends in low places.
The smile on this girl's face and the way she started singing.
Brings flashbacks. The song brings very vivid flashbacks.
So yeah, I think that show is going to be a lot of fun. And I hate country music. I despise country music. But this whole country show is going to be right up Coda's alley, because she loves country music. Same with my dad. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that we're right next to the theater. We're hearing the rehearsals. And Coda is really excited for this show.
It's moreover for the people watching. Like, it's going to be amazing.
I'm sure it is. It's going to be awesome.
Like, if you ever been to karaoke in a bar... No, not a karaoke place. A bar. Oh my god. This is going to be peak entertainment for the week.
It's going to make what we saw last night with that group of 10 look like nothing. So I want to show you guys how close we are to Key West. We're coming up on it now. We should be there in about 30 minutes or so. But I want to show you guys just how blue the water turned. It is crazy. It doesn't help that the window is very, like, wet, for lack of better description. But the water is so stinking blue. Oh my gosh. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Our first look at Key West, Florida. The southernmost point of the continental United States. Like, southernmost landmass. The southernmost point is somewhere in this direction over here. Even though it's not really the most geographical southernmost point. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but still very interesting. Really nice, really pretty. Water, not nearly as blue as it was before. Down yonder that way it was really blue. Now it's a little bit more green. Not that big of a deal though. You know, babe, looking out over here, this all looks very familiar to me. It looks almost like that one resort at Disney. What's it called? Old Key West? Do you think that hotel is based off of this?
I don't know, it seems like a stretch.
Yeah, it can't be. Can't be, no. The way my face just lit up right now with pure joy as this plane came over for a landing. Oh my gosh, because Key West Airport is down yonder that way. That is so cool. Plane spotting! So we're about to head off the ship and get onto Key West, but we're walking through the buffet right now and I wanted to show you guys some of what they had to offer. You can see they have some salad stuff over here. Moving on down, we have some Greek lemon rice, blackened mahi-mahi, Mediterranean chicken kebab. We have some roasted Brussels sprouts and carrots. We have some broccoli casserole over here, some mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and orange honey pork. We also have a hot dog station over here, and they even have some chorizo. We have potato salad over here, coleslaw. We have some chickpea salad, some green beans, and then cold cuts. Now that we are in port, the pool areas are nice and empty. This is the first pool back here by the buffet. Let's take a look at the other pool further down that way. And take a look at that. The land shark pool is arguably emptier. Love that. So the problem with having the atrium more towards the aft of the ship than like actually mid is that mentally, we check those elevators out of our mind. So to get off the ship, we were told we needed to go to the midship elevators and go down to deck alpha. Again, we completely neglected to even think about the proper midship elevators by the atrium, which is connected to the buffet itself, and we walked all the way forward. It happens. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever to Key West, Florida. What, you were about to do a thing, what?
Florida.
Back to Florida, honestly. Yeah, I know. Such an exotic destination. We have a great look of the ship on the outside, which is really cool. So yeah, over here, these are the aft elevators, and then right here is technical midship. This is where the atrium is, and then you have the whole rest of the ship down that way. So that's why we kind of neglected that this was a thing. As soon as we get past the security checkpoint, we have all of our excursion stands over here. In case you didn't book anything with the cruise line, you can always book something as soon as you get off. If you go straight on down that way, you'll find the road that takes you to the Southernmost Point, but we're not going to go there quite yet. We're going to make our way over this way so that way we can get some nice photos of the ship. Oh my gosh, guys, take a look at this. This is a view of the ship. I love it. You can see Margaritaville at sea logo right there with the Islander up front. And then where it's always 5 o'clock. I love that. So I'm not sure what the procedure is for other cruise lines or if there are other docks here in Key West, but if you are here in Key West, make sure you get off the ship and come out to this spot as far forward as possible so that way you can get a fantastic view and photo of the ship, because this is fantastic. Ooh, take a look at that. We have our first iguana sighting over here in Key West. I'm sure it won't be the last. Okay, now it is time for us to make our way over to the Southernmost Point. On our way out, we have a giant red brick building over here. Very pretty. It stands out like a sore thumb in the distance. But this is a custom house museum. That's what it's called. I don't know what type of museum it is or what it's for, but it's very pretty. Not too far away from the pier, we made our way over to Whitehead Street. Now, Whitehead Street is what's going to take us all the way down, about a 20-minute walk to the Southernmost Point. It's some good exercise. You know, a 20-minute walk isn't always ideal, but in this situation, it is, because we're in a brand new place and it'll give us time to explore some places on foot, maybe get us to some gift shops that we like to see, some ice cream, shave ice, you know, something. It'll just give us time to explore. Walking along this road also gives us the opportunity to admire all the different houses that are out here. Ooh, look, a bus. This one's called the Banyan Resort, and you can see it's got a couple of banyan trees on its property, which is really interesting. I love banyan trees. And check out what we found, guys. Florida Scenic Highway. Let's see, mile 0. Oh my gosh, how awesome is this? Never thought I'd be seeing this so soon. Again, not on my 2025 bingo card, being over here at mile 0 in Key West. This is awesome. This chicken wants to cross the road. Are you gonna do it? Just please don't get run over. I will be very sad. There's another chicken across the way. No, we need to know why you crossed the road. It's fine, we'll find another chicken who's willing to risk its life. A little bit further down, check out this house over here. Holy moly. They are embracing the tropical vibes. I love that. All the inflatables, that is so cute. Just so you guys know, the walk, it's a little difficult, and it's only because it's so hot outside. There's not a single cloud in the sky right now, so make sure you guys have on your sunscreen. If you are lacking melanin, make sure you have a bottle filled with ice before you get off the ship, and you should be fine. And here we are, guys. We found it, the Southernmost Point buoy in the Continental US. That is really cool. The line is a little lengthy, but we think we have time to wait in it to get a picture. Let's go ahead and do that. By the way, it is currently 2:40 right now. Let's see how long it takes. It also doesn't help that there is like no breeze out here at all. It's going on, it's 2:55 right now, so we've been in line for
13 minutes.
13 minutes. So, I mean, we're almost there. Not too terrible, but it wouldn't be that bad if there was a breeze, but it's stagnant out here. All right, you're waving. And in case you guys are curious where the webcam for the Southernmost Point is, it's right over here across the street. This building, right there. You can tell your friends and family to log on, and they'll be able to watch you get your photo. All right, we have made it to Seaside Cafe at the mansion. This place was recommended to us by our friends Brian and Carrie over at Views and Cues, and we really wanted to get some key lime pie. I asked him, where's the best place to get key lime pie? And he told us this is one of his favorite places. He gave us 3, but this was his #1 spot. They actually did a video on their channel going around Key West trying a bunch of key lime pies, and this was one of the top ones. So I highly recommend you guys go and check that video out if you haven't done so already. But we're gonna go ahead and get one. It's $8 for a slice of key lime pie, and then we're also gonna get some coconut shrimp as well. Unfortunately, the beach is not in the best state right now, at least not the area that we're in. It is all seaweed over here and a little bit gross. Also, I don't know if you're hearing the little baby chirps. There's a chicken right under your seat, by the way. There's some baby chicks over there. You can kind of see them. They're just chilling. Either way, it's really nice to get out of the sun. We're gonna get some waters, get something else to drink maybe, and enjoy ourselves for a little bit. All right, coconut shrimp has arrived. Not the sauce I was expecting to come with it, but then again, we might have just not looked at the menu properly.
It did say pina colada sauce.
It said pina colada sauce? Ah, okay. Well, my fault. Either way, looks delicious. I love coconut shrimp. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Check this out, guys. We have another dinosaur sighting. He just walked right up next to me. What the heck? Freaking Godzilla over there. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever been this close to an iguana before. All right, here is our key lime pie. I can't remember the last time I've ever had a key lime pie, if ever. Like, I've had key lime pie flavored things, but not an actual key lime pie. So let's go ahead and dig in. Okay, so I wouldn't call it a lunch, but like a little snack at the Seaside Shack at the mansion. It was okay. Bit expensive. Like the key lime pie, that was $8, and the coconut shrimp was $16, and then you had the daiquiri on top of that. It's a bit expensive. I have learned today that I am not a key lime pie guy. Like, key lime pie flavored things are okay, but key lime pie itself, it's not for me.
Each their own.
Yeah, to each their own. Like, I wanted to try it, you know, when in Rome, we're in Key West, I wanted to try key lime pie. That's the most popular thing here. It's just not for me. But did you like it at least?
It was good. I do wish it was a little more limey. Just a little, not a lot.
There's a fine line that you have to walk.
Fine line, just a sprinkle. But it was good.
Yeah, and like, you know, Cody and I, we were sitting there, and I was saying, like, I would love to come back to Key West when it's not hotter than Satan's armpit out here. It is so hot. And like, our experience will be so much nicer. So we will definitely be back to Key West just in the not so hot months. But for right now, I think we're gonna make our way back to the ship. Did you have something else to say?
No.
No? Okay, yeah.
My face.
Let's start walking back to the ship, guys. Okay, so a couple things. Number one, Southernmost Point is right here. However, it is not the geographical Southernmost Point. So these bars right here are blocking us out of a naval base. And so that tip right over there where that satellite dish is, that is technically the geographical Southernmost Point of the US, because that's a little bit further south. So unfortunately, we can't go all the way over there, but this is the next best thing. Also, Coda and I, we opted to take another photo with the Southernmost Point buoy, and we were waving hi to the webcam because we had people watching, and Coda decided to dump her cold water on my shirt, which I'm not really complaining because it is really hot outside, so that felt good. But it was
still full.
The bottle's still full. It was just a quick shock to the system when she did that. And in case you guys are curious, there are trams that you can take, well, like little tour trams. That's really cool. I don't know where exactly it takes you. I mean, I've seen it going down to the Southernmost Point and kind of going around, but I don't know if it's like a hop on, hop off type of deal. But still, it's an option. So now, here's my question. How many cruise ships can Key West handle? Like, is it only one ship at a time, or can it hold two? Because I can't imagine this place with two. Because, I mean, it's pretty dead right now, and, you know, Margaritaville can hold, like, I don't know, a few thousand, I guess. It's not a very large ship at all. So, like, I can't...
How big is it compared to Virgin? You said Virgin stops here, right?
Yeah, I think Virgin stops here, if I recall correctly. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not complaining that it's dead. It's really nice and quiet, but I can't imagine two ships worth of people walking around trying to do things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, a few hours and 10,000 steps later, we are back. Let's head on board, get showered, get some AC, and get some dinner. Something that I do love is that Margaritaville has like a little lounge area set up out here. We have some tents set up, they have some complimentary water, they have some lounge chairs over here as well. There's a really nice breeze, it's in the shade. Feels glorious over here. Out there in the sun, it was terrible. We have made it back to the room. We are both hot, sweaty, overexposed. We're sweating out of every orifice. It looks like I wet myself, honestly. Like, it is dark down there and it's just all sweaty, and then my backside is all gross as well. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and shower and decompress for a little bit before grabbing some dinner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, dinner has been served. We both got some cheeseburgers in paradise for dinner, and we wanted to try some of the pizza as well. So we got a couple slices of that. We have a window right by the pier, so that way, in case there are any pier runners, we got a front row seat.
If you don't know, you don't know. That was more than enough. If you got it, say got it. Number 6. So number 7, boom. Number 8, Ocho.
So let's see, all aboard was at 6:30. Currently it is coming up on 6:35, and there are still people just casually making their way to the ship. You can see one of the crew members down there. She's got her phone out, probably making some phone calls. These guys over here are probably waiting for some family members to arrive. But yeah, no hustle at all. And it looks like we maybe have a couple of other folks that are coming over as well.
You can stay here. That's a hotel.
This is a hotel?
It's a hotel. Like, so, other people we're seeing.
At least you're in the US if you get stuck here.
Oh yeah, she's yelling at her family.
Yeah. She's saying, come on, hurry up. Zero pep in their step. Probably the two ladies that are over here. They're looking for their cruise cards and their IDs. Oh, the other family back there is looking for their IDs and cards as well. Well, we must have everybody. He's wrapping it up down there.
Or they don't care.
Or they don't care.
Why are you
Boo.
running? Are you running for fun?
No. Boo, I wanted pier runners. We'll probably get them in Cozumel, I'm sure. Cozumel's always a hot spot for pier runners. Yep, they closed the little gatey gate down there, so we must have everybody. Boo.
Ask him.
What's your name? And with that, we are pulling away from Key West, Florida. My first ever visit was a fun one. I can't wait to come back. Just when it's a lot cooler outside, hopefully. No, but for real though, this is a really cool place and I can't wait to explore more. Like, we could have easily explored more, but we just really wanted to get back to the ship. Like, I honestly think we made a mistake going down the one road that we did, and I think Duval Street is where we were supposed to be with all the really cool stuff. Either way, next time we'll come back and we'll explore more. But we are pulling out and getting ready to cross the Gulf of Mexico to head on over to Cozumel. So we're making our way over to the main theater right now for the comedy show, and something I want to, just reiterate about Margaritaville at Sea is that it's very different from any other cruise that we've taken in the fact that it is so chill. And it's very ironic, I guess you can say, because like one of the main themes of Margaritaville is license to chill. So it's just such a laid-back atmosphere, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet, because you look at the itinerary of and schedule, a lot of it is just like different musicians and bands that are just performing throughout the ship. There's not really anything like active to do in these activities, right?
I'm hoping Crazy Quest gets active, or whatever their wording for it is.
Yeah, there is.
They're active.
There is Crazy Quest tonight, and so far the drunk people have been the best entertainment we've had so far. And again, it's not necessarily a bad thing yet, but it's just such a different vibe. It's not something that we're really used to. It's so chill and laid back, and so far I'm enjoying it, but it's just different. But for right now, it is time to head on inside the Stars on the Water Theater for tonight's act. So this is our first time inside the theater, and wow, look at that vase over there. The staircase is really pretty.
Is this family comedy?
Yes. So what did you just discover that made your night?
Not just one, but two cup holders per seat.
It's the little things that make you the most happy. And
Actually, we have extras.
We have extras.
There's only 3 seats.
We got them all over here too. It's the little things that make you the happiest, and that's why I love you.
Hey, you guys, the Ohioans? Yeah, I met them at the bar today. OH! There they are, alright. Just making sure you're in the room. Good stuff. Welcome along. Glad you all had a lovely day today. Oh, did you see any roosters? Yeah. That's what we call good-looking men in Australia.
Okay guys, what the heck is this? Look at this place. It's really dark in here right now, but this is so cool. Babe, what the heck is this? This is right up your alley.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now, let's get a closer look, because I don't think you guys understand what the heck is going on here. Like, these are glass walls. Glass walls, but like behind it is all a bunch of coral. And it looks so cool. We're on deck 1 right now, and this is the lowest I've ever seen like a venue on a cruise ship. And we are just below the theater. The theater is literally right above us right now, and there's still the show going on. I am blown away. This is awesome.
Now for my next quest, I need
your team number and a men belt out of the pants. I need your team number and a men belt out of the pants. 21, 14, number 3, 24. Now for my next quest, I need anyone. I need your team number and a cruise program with the activities. I need your number and a cruise program with the activities. Number 5, number 4, number 3, 13, number 69, 24, number 20. Now for my next quest, I need anyone. I need your team number and a piece of fruit. I need your team number and a piece of fruit. Number 69, number 4, number 2, 17, 4, 20. For my next quest, I need a woman wearing men's shoes. I need a team number and a woman wearing men's shoes. Number 4, 69, 16, 3. I need 2 men doing dirty dancing. I need 2 men doing dirty dancing. Where's the music, DJ? I feel like it's my birthday right here. 21, 69, number 4, 13, 2, 24, 3, 4, 15. Just to let you know, when I said 2 men doing dirty dancing, I meant nobody put my baby in a corner and all I got was a bunch of men doing this. And a weird woman doing this. I like you. I like you when I was very weird, but I like you. Now for my next quest, I need a woman. I need your team number and a woman wearing men pants inside out and backwards. I need a woman wearing men pants inside out and backwards.
So I did not think that it was possible for Royal Caribbean to get one-upped on Crazy Quest, but they did.
Yeah.
Margaritaville Crazy Quest. Wow.
That was something.
We saw nipples.
Real and fake.
Real and fake. What in the world? Not just on guys either.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It was indeed crazy. The craziest of Crazy Quest. That was awesome. Coda and I, we made it back to the room. We have some pizza that we're going to have right now before we go to bed. But the video is not over. We have a full day at sea tomorrow, which means we are going to give you a full tour of the ship. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter time tomorrow. We're not going to be filming as much, but we are going to be giving you guys a full tour of the ship and showing you some other cool stuff. And tomorrow is
Cowboy night.
Cowboy night, yes.
Boots and bubbles. That's what it is.
Boots and Bubbles.
Boots and Bubbles night.
Conky Tonk is the name of the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, tomorrow's going to be very crazy. So the video's not over yet. We're going to go right 3. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is day 3 of our cruise on board Margaritaville at sea, and we have a day at sea. We're starting things off today with a sea day brunch. We get that included with our prime dining package that we purchased prior to getting on board. So let's go ahead and do that. I also have no idea if that transition even came out really good because that's my first time ever doing it. But either way, we're going to have a fun day today. Let's go ahead and get this day started. All right, we have made it to the Islander dining room on deck 3, and we are here for the sparkling brunch. It goes from 8:30 to 11:30. All right, we have been seated in the main dining room for brunch. It is nice and quiet in here. Oh my gosh. It's currently, what time is it right now? Like about 10:30? 10:45. It's 10:45 right now, and you can see just how empty it is in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the menu. So over here we have our drinks menu. You can go ahead and pause to read if you so desire. Here's the top half, and then here's the bottom half featuring the sparkling and champagnes. Let's take a look at our options. We have house granola, Mexican avocado toast, overnight omelet, smoked salmon. We have a healthy start omelet, overnight French toast, all-American breakfast, and Bavarian eggs. Brunch options, ooh, steak and eggs, yes please. Huevos rancheros. We have pasta alfredo, hot fried chicken, Caesar salad, Cobb salad, fresh salmon sandwich, bubbles up burger, and a turkey bacon club. So yeah, unfortunately it looks like the same thing still applies where you can only get one entree, which is unfortunate. I also want to point out our view over here, the very back of the ship. We have a wake view for breakfast this morning. First things first, they came around with a Danish basket. I opted for whatever this was. I don't know what it is. And Coda opted for whatever that is.
It's like raspberry.
We're hoping it's raspberry. So we just got done ordering our food. I had my Danish, and they offered us some free mimosas. So I figured, why not? I'll give it a try. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first round has been served. We have our Bavarian eggs over here. It's basically Eggs Benedict, but without the English muffin down at the bottom. It looks like it's got potatoes and onions and veggies and stuff down at the bottom, which is awesome. We have some roasted tomatoes here as well. And then I also opted for the smoked salmon. You can see we have some bagels, eggs, radishes, tomatoes, capers, and some cream cheese. The presentation of all this looks really nice. Alright, my steak and eggs has arrived. You can see it comes with potatoes and some tomato and a fried egg. And Coda opted for a Caesar salad. Okay, so brunch in the main dining room. It was interesting. Wasn't my favorite thing. Oh, look, flying fish. You can see them. Look, see them over there. You see it?
Oh, they do just splooshed.
So they're out here. We came out to the promenade deck to look for flying fish and to give this review. It's one of the reasons why Coda loves to sail in the Gulf of Mexico, is because you're more likely to find flying fish here than anywhere else. We've only ever noticed flying fish in the Gulf of Mexico. If you're like sailing in the Bahamas, we don't really see it. Yeah, brunch, it was okay. It wasn't anything super special. Obviously not going to be anything close to on par with Palo, but I still think the main dining room brunch we had on Carnival was a lot better. The steak still had the same texture as what we had the very first night, and if you guys saw our first video, then you guys will know what I'm talking about as far as texture. But the Bavarian eggs was
good. Oh my God.
That was the winner. That was really good. Like, I still prefer like Eggs Benedict in general and like salmon eggs Benedict, but the Bavarian eggs are still really good. The potatoes and the onions and the like peppers and stuff that they had underneath was fantastic. What else did I have? Oh, the smoked salmon. The smoked salmon was okay. It wasn't anything special. It was smoked salmon with, you know, all the usual stuff. So overall, it was all right. Would I go out of my way to spend extra money on the dining package just for the C-Day brunch? No, absolutely not. I would not go out of my way and pay extra for that. But since it was included in the dining package, we figured why not. So all in all, it was okay. I don't know what we're doing for dinner tonight. Tonight's our buffet night, right?
Up to you.
I think we have one more night in the main dining room, and then we have a buffet night, and then we have our final night at the steakhouse. So we'll see what we're gonna do then. But for right now, it is time for us to start our ship tour. We're going to start from the very bottom deck and start working our way up to the top to show you guys everything that this ship has to offer. So let's go ahead and go. All right, so we've made it back to the room for just a little bit. Now, we have two questions. Number one, do we have a new towel animal? And if so, what is it? Number two, did our little rat friend survive? Or did he get sacrificed in the name of giving us a new friend?
Okay, I want a piggy and to keep the rat.
You want a piggy and to keep the rat?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say a dog. Okay?
Okay, buckets. Rat lives. Oh, it's an elephant.
It's an elephant? Look at you.
Oh no, you're gonna be scared of our other friend.
Oh yeah, elephants don't like rats or mice, do they?
At least in cartoons they don't.
Mm-hmm. That is cute. So we're starting off our tour here on Deck 1 forward. This is the only venue that is located on Deck 1, and this is the Coral Reef Lounge. In my opinion, this is the nicest, prettiest, and coolest venue in the entire ship that we have seen so far. We were here last night for Crazy Quest, and as soon as I walked in, I absolutely fell in love with it. All the coral that's running along the walls is really cool. I love the lighting on it. I love how it is behind a pane of glass with other fish designs on it. The coral all over the floor, the colors, everything about this venue is just gorgeous. As of right now, the only activity we've ever seen listed in this lounge is for Crazy Quest. Maybe we've missed other things, but this lounge and whole area is still really, really cool. I love it. So we have made it up to Deck 2, one deck above the Coral Reef Lounge. You are able to access the lounge from Deck 2. There is just another staircase over here, right next to the entrance to the Stars on the Water Theater. That is the main theater of the ship. Right next door, you have the entrance to Coral Reef. You're able to go downstairs and enter through there. If we come down along the side over here, we will have the entrance to the rest of the ship on deck 2. So beyond the entrance to the stars on the water theater, we have the far side of the World Lounge. This is a really large space, and yesterday we actually did ABBA trivia in here. There is a bar attached to it on one side, and on the opposite side, we have the Far Out Arcade and the Far Out. This is going to be one of the kids clubs. Not entirely sure what the age range for this particular club is, but you can see the sign that says no adults allowed. Moving on down, we have the Margaritaville Casino. We showed you a bit more of this on our very first day of the cruise. It's your typical casino. It's got slots, it's got tables, blackjack, roulette. If you name it, they have it here at the Margaritaville Casino. And ladies and gentlemen, we have found our way into the flip-flop atrium here on deck 2. This is the technical heart of the ship and where you will find the midship elevators. If you go to the very center of the atrium and you look up, you can see all the way through to the very top of the ship, which is something that is really cool, and I wish more cruise ships nowadays had that feature. As you can see behind me, we have the flip-flop bar, and you have easy access up to deck 3 from here as well. Right next to the flip-flop bar, you will also find guest services and the excursion desk. And right in front of me over here, they have a couple of photo backdrops. Throughout the cruise, these will change depending on the day and where you are, but this is also where you enter and exit the ship from as well. So this is their way of kind of concealing the entrance doors. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I love the detail of the martini glasses in these chandeliers over here. Really subtle, but really cool if you notice it. Moving a little bit further down from the flip-flop atrium, we have the Hemisphere Dancer Lounge. This is another music venue where you can see they have a stage set up for bands to perform and a bunch of lounge seating and, of course, a bar. I definitely love the darker tones of this venue. I love the blacks and the dark woods and the leather on the chairs over here. It's a really nice and cozy hangout spot. So behind me over here, we have a place called Pearl's Dining. Now, to my understanding, this isn't actually a dining venue. This is like an art gallery because we walked by here on embarkation day and the doors were open and it was just full of art pieces. So we don't know if this venue is used for anything else specifically, but as of right now, that's all we got. And connected to the Hemisphere Dancers Lounge, we have the Hot nightclub. Now, at the time of me filming and recording this, we have yet to visit this club when it is actually active at night, but during the day, it is a quiet space that is open for guests to come in here and hang out in case they want someplace quiet. But looking downstairs, you can see the light-up disco-like dance floor. I cannot wait to come back in here and actually see this place alive and poppin' at night, because I'm sure it's really cool. And at the end of deck 2, we have Finn's Dining. This is the bottom level of the main dining room. On deck 2, you have Finn's. On deck 3, you have Islander. And speaking of Islander, let's head on upstairs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we are on deck 3, I want to talk a little bit about the dining. So, like I said earlier, on deck 2, we have Finn's. Deck 3, we have the Islander. Now, Finn's is going to be the main dining room for the majority of the guests that are going to be on the cruise ship, and the Islander dining room is reserved for guests that are either in a suite or have a dining package. We have a dining package and we are dining in the Islander, and just based off of what we can see, the Islander is a more elevated dining experience with better tablecloths and cutlery and service and everything else. It's just a nicer, quieter space. So in case that is something that interests you guys, make sure you look into the dining package or book a suite here on the Islander. Deck 3 is also going to be home to your promenade deck. Now, unfortunately, the promenade deck does not wrap around the entire ship. However, they do have a solution to that, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Moving away from the Islander dining room, we make our way over to the Bubbles Up Lounge. This is going to be your piano bar on the Margaritaville Islander. You can see there is a bar attached and plenty of seating. A great place to chill out in the evening, grab a drink, and listen to a pianist. So we've made our way back into the flip-flop atrium, but this time we are on deck 3. Coming out of the Bubbles Up Lounge, we have our photo viewing area. You can go up to the kiosk over here and view all of the photos that you have taken throughout this cruise. Right next door, we have a beautiful model of the Margaritaville Islander ship. And right next door to that, you have your concierge-only lounge for your suite guests. US and your future cruise booking desk. Moving back on this way from the future cruise booking desk, and we're heading on down towards the front of the ship once again. I also want to point out the ATM here. Not every cruise ship I've ever been on has an ATM available, so it's good to know that you have one here. As we make our way back towards the front of the ship, we are going to find ourselves in the shopping plaza of the cruise ship. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. So in this little hallway of the ship on either side of you, you will have different stores, each featuring a little bit of Margaritaville or Margaritaville at sea merchandise. One side is your more generic gift shop where you'll find a lot of island or beach type items, things that you would need for your cruise, etc. And on the opposite side, you'll find your more high-end stores and your Margaritaville at sea specific store. So over here we have all of our Margaritaville at sea specific merchandise, and I really like this design. You know, I saw it on the first day and I was like, yes, I want to get this shirt. Unfortunately, it is a mullet shirt, as Coda likes to call it.
I think I got it from Adam.
Adam said it first?
I think. I could be wrong.
Either way, you know, it's party in the back, but absolutely nothing on the front. So I absolutely hate it when the cool design is on the back and there's nothing in the front. Same thing over here. Like, this is the main design that they're advertising. It's on the back. And on the front, you just have something basic where the pocket would be. I despise that. But if anything, I do think I would get this shirt. Unfortunately, it doesn't say Islander. So, I mean, I don't know. I want something that says Islander. We'll see. Everything is to be determined. And what's funny is that you can even pick up Margaritaville at Sea Paradise merchandise. Paradise is the original Margaritaville at Sea ship that sails out of the east coast of Florida.
Or does it say paradise because it is paradise?
Entirely possible. So we've made our way down a little bit further to the Havana Daydreaming Sports Bar. Now this is kind of like a hybrid space where you do have a stage set up for bands to perform in an area for people to dance, and you also have a bit of a sports bar section where you have individual rooms set up throughout this little space, and each room has separate TVs, each showing different sporting events. In case sporting is your thing, more than likely this is where you're going to catch the big games. So remember how I said the Deck 3 promenade does not, unfortunately, wrap around the entire ship? Well, they do have you covered with a little bit of a solution. So over here, right inside on Deck 3 forward, next to the entrance to the Stars on the Water Theater, we have the entrance to the A1A or the Inside Promenade. And this will also lead you to the Fins Up Fitness Center. Now I'm going to give you guys a quick look at this location. We hung out here quite a bit yesterday before we docked at Key West, but you can see we have a sign over here for the A1A, the Jimmy Buffett Memorial Highway, and you come on all the way down here and you look, and it is basically an indoor promenade that takes you all the way to the front of the ship, circles around, and it takes you around the outside of the theater, and you basically end up right back here on the opposite side. Really cool, really quiet space. I absolutely loved it. Very little foot traffic. If you're looking to get away from the crowds and looking for a really quiet spot, I highly recommend you check out the A1A. So this video is already long enough as it is, so we'll continue the ship tour exploring the upper decks in the next video. Let's go ahead and get to Cowboy Night on the Islander.
To myself, I want you around. Those funny faces always make me stand out in the crowd. So I picked you from the bunch of places on the tour. Now it's much too late for me to take a second look. Oh, baby, if you want me, show me that I won't you please let me back in your heart. Man, before the captain comes down, you are in the right place for our captain's margarita toast, which will commence at 6:15 on the dot, alright? So when you come on down, we'll hear from your captain. So guys, have a wonderful evening, stay tuned, captain's margarita toast is coming up in a few minutes time, but one more time, let me hear you say yeehaw! Yeah! Alright, folks, we'll see you shortly, and the will get set up, and then you're going to hear some great tunes from you.
So as a little bit of a pre-dinner, I opted to go to the extra paid sushi location that's over here on Deck 2, right behind the casino, and I got us a couple of snacks. I opted for a California roll, I got Coda some hot edamame, and I opted to get some sashimi as well. Altogether, with tip, it came out to $27. So not too terrible to get some sushi to go, but let's go ahead and try it.
It do be hot.
It do be hot.
The first time cruiser. First time cruiser, round of applause. Very nice. All right, and where are my ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Welcome to the flip-flop stage. Your captain, Captain Theo. Theo, 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 Theo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen! Exactly. And yes, that's me, the one that is paying for the drinks. The green one. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity and thank you and welcome you aboard. And thank you again for choosing Margaritaville and especially Islander, our flagship for the moment. And I will explain why I say for the moment, for your priceless vacation. And I would like to introduce to you all 900 of my impeccable crew, but I'm afraid you're gonna miss your dinner. But ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for those amazing people. Yes, that they are doing the unthinkable to put every and each one of you the smile on your faces. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you have been in other cruise line, most of you, if not all of you, and you have seen the captain with this nice uniform, even with a better uniform than this one, to say this blah blah blah. But here, ladies and gentlemen, it's Margaritaville. And what is Margaritaville? It's fun! A lot of music and a lot of drinks. And before I go, ladies and gentlemen, to this toast, I would like to wear something more appropriate with the occasion, which is definitely not that uniform. There you are. There you are. So, but I'm going to need your help, and please, your help.
Oh, you got it, Captain. I'll definitely lead them in this one.
All right, let's go.
This is the highlight of my day today. All right, are you ready, everybody? Chant along, join me. Take it off. 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 Come on, folks. Give it up for your captain, Captain Theo.
Yes, here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you didn't expect something more than that. My wife would kill me. So, anyway, with no further ado, let's do...
I've got one for you.
Cheers.
There you go, Captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, to a happy and memorable cruise. Cheers! Salud! Lahain! Nastrovia! Asante! Prost! Norok! And being Greek myself allowed me to say Chichi and to say the last one in my language, which is Yamas. Yamas means to our health. So Yamas!
Okay, we have made it back to the room for just a little bit. Just got done with the captain's toast. That was awesome. I was not expecting the captain to be that chill, and yeah, it is definitely keeping in line with the Margaritaville brands that he takes off his uniform. And I love how he poked fun at other captains' receptions where they like come out in their dress suits and stuff. Like, very Disney. Like Disney, the captain's reception, they're all in their finest whites and blacks and whatever. So that was really cool. It was a nice change of pace. Everyone got a free margarita. You saw Coda coming out with the 2 margaritas, so that was awesome. And then review the sushi. I didn't like it. I don't know what else I expected. This is a budget cruise line. I just wanted to give it a shot. So if you're a sushi lover and you thought that you would get some sushi that is an upcharge on this cruise, I would highly recommend you don't. Save your money. But it was good to try.
That edamame was good.
Coda enjoyed the edamame. But yeah, so now we're going to head on back downstairs. We're going to go to the main theater because we have the Conky Tonk show tonight, which is hopefully going to be awesome. I heard a lot of really good things. And we have some other things going on for Cowboy Night, which is going to be fun. So let's continue. Before we head on down to the main theater, Coda opted to get some pizza. And by the way, I am shocked at how good the pizza is on Margaritaville. It is solid. Better than Royal Sorrento's, better than Disney. Like, this is awesome. don't know how well you guys are going to be able to hear me, but we made our way inside the theater, and something I want to point out, the bottom section over here has the bench seating that we saw on Carnival Conquest, and if you look down here, a lot of these seats say reserved. I have no idea what they're reserved for, or like how you get into these seats, but a lot of them do say reserved until about right here, and then they're not reserved. So just bear that in mind. If you're wanting to have one of these seats over here, you're gonna have to do something special or pay up a little bit in order to get into this area. Coda and I, though, we love to be up here on the mezzanine level, so not a problem for us. Okay, so, Conky Tonkin. It almost feels wrong saying that. To me, it sounds like a slur. Conky Tonkin. Anyway.
It's a song.
I know. Like, what is it, Honky Tonk? That's a song? That's a song name?
I'm pretty sure Jimmy Buffett has a song called Conky Tonkin.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong.
Isn't Honky Tonk a Billy Ray song? Or either way, point being, I am not the target audience for that show.
No, not at all.
I did not grow up with country music. It is not my thing. I will give them props, however, to like a good chunk of the songs, like I have heard in passing. So like I'm familiar with some of the songs, but there were still quite a few that I had no idea what it was. A lot of people in the theater really seemed to be enjoying themselves. It was almost like a little mini concert in there. People around us were singing, they were having a good time. So it was an okay show for me as someone who isn't really a country music lover. Coda loves country music. My dad would probably really like that show. But yeah, it was really cool. I really like the stage design. It has a turntable, which is cool, and blocks that come out of the ground. I admire that kind of stuff. And of course the aerialist too. That was fantastic. I love the aerialist and the inclusion of that. That was something I was not expecting. Can we also talk about how I was Embarkation Day years old when I first heard that Pitbull song, Thank God for Jimmy Buffett?
And there's an explicit version.
There's
two versions of that song.
According to Coda, there's an explicit version too. I had never heard of that song before a day in my life.
Me either.
And then they played it, and I'm like, is that Pitbull? And then I started listening to it, like, it is a legit song. Okay, that's cool. I've heard it like, what, 3 or 4 times now throughout this sailing? Like at the end of every event, they start playing that song as kind of like a send-off song, you know? Either way, it's really interesting, and I was not expecting that. By the way, when you guys cruise, do you have like a designated cruise channel that you put on whenever you're in the stateroom? Like for us, it's HGTV. We like to watch butterfly breeders buy a house for like $1 million somehow. You know, it's the most god-awful scripted stuff in the world, but you know, we like to watch this stuff whenever we're on a cruise. So let me know in the comments, what is your favorite cruise channel to watch? All right, and buffet dinner has been served. Honestly, doesn't look bad at all. That was a pretty good selection. We have some rice, potatoes, we have some green beans, some breaded chicken, broccoli, some more chicken, and some fish.
What's not veal?
It might be veal. Coda asked if that was veal. It might be veal. I didn't look at it. It was breaded something. It looked good. Smelled good. So I got it.
And this is about the same menu you'd find in the main dining room.
Yes,
Some
it
of the
is.
stuff matched.
It is worth noting. Yes, a lot of this stuff matched what you found on the menu for the main dining room. So all in all, not bad.
Including desserts.
Including desserts, yes. Tiramisu was on the menu for dessert. I opted for a few of these. The one with the shark fin looked interesting, so I opted to get that. Alright, we have made it back inside the Coral Reef Lounge for tonight's adult-only entertainment, and it is going to be Battle of the Sexes, but instead it's called Cowboys versus Cowgirls, in keeping up with the cowboy theme of the evening. Should be a lot of fun. We always enjoy this event when it is on Royal Caribbean, and we're hoping that with last night's Crazy Quest that this event is going to be just as nuts and just as insane. We know that the group of people that we're sailing with is a crazy bunch of people, so it should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to show you because last night it got to a certain point where it got a little too raunchy where I had to turn the camera off, but we'll see. So Coda just pulled up some deck plans on the phone, and not necessarily from this ship as it is now, but from the Costa, what now?
Atlantica.
Costa Atlantica. And on this website, you can look at pictures of what the ship used to look like before it got refurbished. So take a look at that. That's what the atrium used to look like.
What else is there?
That is so cool. And you can go to different areas around the ship. So this is the disco area. That's largely the same, it looks like. Wow. That is really cool. So we've just been spending like the last 10-15 minutes going through and looking at pictures of the old Costa ship to see and kind of compare and contrast what it used to look like.
Main dining.
That's the main dining room. That is awesome. I love this. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, another crazy day on board the Margaritaville Islander has come to an end. Once again, Royal Caribbean has been one-upped in their own game. Battle of the Sexes, it started off a little slow, but then it ended with people getting naked. Literally naked in front of a room full of people. And it wasn't just 1 or 2 people. Both teams that you saw there, both teams, men and women, got naked to win. It was something. And then we went down to the nightclub. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, Margaritaville Islander. It's chill by day, but naked by night. That's the best way I can describe it. So before I end this video off, I do want to let you guys know about the upcoming schedule. So this is going to be the last video that you see from the Margaritaville Islander for a little bit, because the very next video that you will see after this is going to be us on Star of the Seas for the very first public sailing of that brand new megaship, the largest cruise ship in the world, and our first time on an Icon class ship with Royal Caribbean. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that one. Once we get done with our first cruise on Star of the Seas, then we will return to Margaritaville at Sea, where we will post the final 2 videos and of course our final review from this cruise. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you don't want to miss those videos. Thank you all so much for watching today's video and every other video in this series so far. I really appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this in the future. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you guys be a part of this journey. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, and evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.